All right. What are we doing here? Solving. Okay, good. How do we solve? Yes, how do we find x? How do we know? Now, SOHCAHTOA isn't a concept. Isn't a way to solve. What is the way to solve this called? Trigonometry. So we know we're doing trigonometry here. How do we know? It's a right triangle. Good. That's our first indicator. But what tells us the difference between, say, Pythagorean theorem, V theorem, T theorem, special right triangles? What tells us this is trig? Okay, it gives us an angle, so that rules out what? What does that rule out? Pythagorean theorem. We know we're not using that. And then what's the second thing they give us? So all they gave us was one angle. That's it. This is all the information I have. That's all the information I have on this triangle. I know nothing else about this triangle. Holy cow. Oh, it gives us... How many sides does it give us? 2 sides. As soon as you see 2 sides and an angle besides the right angle, you should automatically think, oh, I can use trig. Does that make sense? That is a very, very important thought process that you need to be going through every single time. Okay, so what is my very first thought when solving a trig problem? What is step number 1? Good, so I'm going to write the steps over here. Step 1 is what? Label. Where's my theta? 21. The angle they give us, is it ever the right angle? No. Where is our hypotenuse? Ah, the side across from the 90, so the x. Remember, if you ever forget how to find h, cover up the right angle. The only side that you can see is therefore your hypotenuse. Where's my opposite side? 10. Ah, it's across from theta. So again, if you ever are struggling on finding the opposite, what do you cover up? You cover up the angle. Cover that up. Oh, I wish that was... Oh, it didn't work. Cover it up. What's the only full side you can see? The 10. Therefore, that's your opposite. Then where's our A? Perfect. The only side left over. What does our second step say to do? Box the labels being used. So which labels are being used? O has 10. H has X. And, oh, here I am circling, but I said box. And theta has 21. Now what do I do? What do I look at? What acronym do I look at? SOHCAHTOA. And I look at which labels I boxed. So which labels were boxed? O and H. Which one, SOHCA or TOA, has an O and an H? So, what does that S stand for? Sine. So sine of theta is equal to, what's the second letter in SO? O over the third letter? Now what do you think we do? Yeah, you fill in. So what was my theta? What's my O? And my H? Perfect. So now I've set it up. What should my third thought be, or my third step? Fourth step. You ask yourself, where is X? So is X in the top in this problem? No, but if x was in the top, what would happen? What would you do? You multiply. If x is in the bottom, what do? Switch and divide. Is x in the bottom here? Oh, it is. So this is what we're going to do. What do you do if x is the angle? You do inverse, which is where you press which button? Second button. Clear. All right, so here we're going to switch and divide. What does that mean? Good. Now, last class, I even explained this in warm-up, and yet still during the quiz, I had a student do this. Is this what I should have done? Why is this wrong? Good. Did I just complete a step to get x all by itself? Is x all by itself here? No. So I should know I did something wrong. The only way that you can solve for x is to get it all by itself. Well, here, the only way to get x all by itself is by switching x and the entire function of sine 21. So x goes out front. Does 10 stay right where it is? And sine 21 goes in the denominator. What? Oh, yeah. So now what do I do? Oh, I put it in where? Perfect. 10 divided by sine 21. End parenthesis. And enter. Now, before I put this in the calculator, what should I have looked for? Oh, it's in the right mode. Remember, how do you check for mode? You go to mode, hit mode. Good. So it has to be in degree mode. So our answer should have been 27.90. Always round to the nearest hundredths place. Any questions on this problem?